Good day, everyone. My name is Opera Janet Amarachi. From Nation Building Academy, AM class. So, I'll be talking on nation building and how to build a nation and what it entails to build a nation. So, first of all, what is nation building? Now, nation building is an act of fostering a nation, the act of developing a nation, and the act of preserving a nation's identity and institution and a sense of unity among people. Now, when it comes to nation building, you need to understand that there are diverse people, there are diverse ideologies, there are diverse people, there are diverse knowledge of people. So, when it comes to building a nation, we need to understand that a leader builds a nation. Now, a ruler does not build a nation. There's a difference between a leader and a ruler. Who is a leader? A leader is someone who understands himself, who understands how to navigate complexity, understand how to lead people in this position. And a leader is someone who is results-oriented. A leader is results-oriented. He does everything, he shatters all paradigms, make sure things work in a particular setting. So first of all, I'll be diving into the historical perspective, philosophical perspective, and biblical references of people who built nations. Now, in the biblical references, it is written in the Bible that a city without walls is open to attack. A city without walls is open to attack. So we can bring it down to nation building. Now, a nation without a leader is open to attack. It's open to a lot of things. It's open to a lot of attack, a lot of things, a lot of systems, a lot of falling and everything. So now let's look at biblical references of people who built a nation. Now I'll be looking at Joshua, for example. Now Joshua, during his time, he was a great leader. He was a great leader, a great nation leader. Now you understand that Joshua was under the blueprint of God. God was leading him, he was speaking to him, he understands God factor, and during his dispensation he was able to create results, he was able to do a lot of marvelous things because he had that understanding of God factor and God was there for him. So in building a nation, you need to understand that God factor, that there's someone higher than you, there's someone that you need to depend on. You can't do this thing on your own. So you have to depend on God for anything in life at all. For you to build something successful, you have to depend on God as the Godhead, as the head to anything. So also, we will look at the philosophical perspective. Now, there's a problem in nation building that philosophy poses. Now, let's look at during the time of Thomas Hobbes. He proposed the state of nature. Now, in this state of nature, he said that the state was bad. It was bad. So he said that life was brutish, short, and nasty. So man was like a social animal. Man was very brutish. There were a lot of bad things happening. So there was no head. There was nobody to direct them. There was nobody to lead them. So you see that particular setting as human being has that freedom to do whatever they like. So they are given that free state, that free freedom to do whatever they like. So there was no head that was controlling them, and that was why the nation failed at that stage, and everything was in haywire, everything was going really bad. So he also said that for a nation to be good, for a nation to be better, for you to build a nation, individuals who understand that they have rights need to submit their rights to a particular person who oversees the country, who oversees the affairs of the country. Now, individuals have these individual rights. They have rights to do anything. That's undisputed. But the ability for them to surrender their rights to one person and come together, having this unity in hearts, coming together, submitting their right to one person, and this person oversees their affairs. Now, it will make them be more results-oriented. It will make them be more powerful. Because when everybody submits their power to one person, it make them very powerful. It makes the state very powerful and foster a sense of unity and direction. So also, there's another person who also proposed in this state of nature. So the second person here is John Locke. Now, during the time of John Locke, he said that this state of nature, yes, human beings, we are free to do anything that we like. We have this ability to choose whatever we like. We've been given this freedom to do anything that we like. So he said that there's a natural law that is governing everybody. The natural law that is governing everybody, and we have that freedom to do whatever we like, but we have to give up this right. He's also saying the same thing as Thomas Hobbes, that we have to give up this right for one person who will now oversee everything that is happening. Now, I'll be diving into the last person here, who is okay. Now I'll be looking at examples of nations that wield so much power. Let's look at the USA, for example. You see that USA is a world power. Now, what makes them this world power? Now, we check their history, go back to their history in time and check the leaders that led them during that time. You will see that these leaders were exceptional in whatever they did. Let's look at Abraham Lincoln, for example. Now, a lot of persons say that, and also it was evident that he didn't go to school. He was a man of no education, and there were people around him who were actually looking down on him that he had no education, so he cannot do anything. There's nothing he can do that can be good because he lacked no education. Now we proved them wrong by saying that this thing is beyond education, that education is not everything, that there's something you need to know, there's something that is beyond education that you need to know. Now you see that in everything he did, the way he handled the country, he handled America at that point in time, he was very successful in everything. He was very, very successful. There's a book that says he did something in a certain kind of way. So when you do something in a certain kind of way, you are very successful in that thing. You will be very successful in that thing. So there's this drawing in Nigeria said a leader builds a nation. A leader builds a nation, not a ruler. A ruler does not build a nation. A leader builds a nation. And it's also written in the Bible. Says that a city without wall is open to attack. Now let's replace this city without walls. We say a nation without a leader is open to attack. A nation without a leader is subject to different attacks, is subject to external influences. Like, for example, in Nigeria now, the problem we're facing security, lack of security, we're facing inflation, persistent rise in the prices of goods and services, we are facing a lot of things. We are facing kidnapping and a lot of negative things. So this is a problem of lack of leadership. There is no leadership in Nigeria. We just have rulers who are just so negative about everything, and what they care about is their pockets and everything. So when there is lack of leadership in a particular setting, you see that the nation is subject to a lot of things, a lot of negative things the nation is subject to. So for you to be a leader, you need to understand God, you need to understand that there is a God factor, you need to submit your right to God, you need to be positive, and there are a lot of things you need to do in becoming a great leader. So with that, I'll be stopping here. Thank you very much, and please like, share and subscribe to all our videos. Thank you very much.